Kings only.
Lovely. Cheers, bye.
Adult trauma call, 8 minutes. Adult trauma call, 8 minutes.
I've got an unconscious gentleman. He has severe traumatic brain injury.
King's College Hospital, London.
I think something hurt.
One of the busiest A&E departments in the country.
They're a bit busy right now. Yeah, 15 minutes, 30 minutes.
King's is extreme, isn't it? Come on.
A place where love, life and death unfold every single day.
Fall from a tree. It's probably absolutely trolleyed.
I'm very drunk.
I just keep thinking, how am I going to cope?
All the patients you're about to see were treated in one department in just one 24-hour period.
Camino. Everyone should walk through an emergency room at least once in their life because it makes you realise what your priorities are. It's not the rush, rush, rush and the money, money, money. It's the people you love and the fact that 1 minute they might be there and 1 minute they might be gone.
Okay, we're going to go on the R of roll, okay? Come on, to be ready, brace and roll. We can have a bucket for him to be sick in as well. Ready, brace, roll.
The resus room is central to all emergency departments. It's where the most seriously ill patients are treated.
Hello, Kings.
What are you scared of?
My patients becoming ill or more ill or dying. You know, if a patient does die, you just go through it in your head, you know, have I done the right thing? Have I done something wrong? It's terrifying.
Adult trauma call in 15 minutes.
Right, this is Tom,
Yeah.
77-year-old man who is up a ladder over the stairs in his house painting. He fell off the ladder head first, right down, it looks about 10 feet. He's knocked unconscious. We were on scene quite quick, so probably maximum 3 minutes. He then came to, confused, grabbing out.
Malcolm is the lead trauma consultant on duty. Today, he's responsible for every major trauma case that arrives.
So we're happy with airway? So airway is patent, trachea central. Does he feel sick at all?
He was up a ladder over a stairwell painting and has fallen approximately 10 foot onto his head.
77-year-old Tom Gibbs is one of 14 people who will arrive in resus today.
Kings any?
Yep. All with just a few minutes warning.
Okay, lovely. Thanks very much. Bye. Code Reds from Hems.
Hems, red phone, 5 minutes.
Sorry.
Hems have just done a pre-alert for code red blood, but they've given us no patient details, so we're just getting code red blood now. We're waiting for the phone to go again to then start the trauma call. So
Do we know anything about the trauma call?
Nothing.
Let me just confirm the control desk first of all, because I want to know more about this.
No, and basically we're getting 6 of blood up here now.
Yeah.
As soon as we get them.
Wonderful. I've got a Hems called Code Red coming in. Yeah, hi, it's Malcolm Tunnicliff, the trauma consultant at King's College Hospital here. I've had a call saying Hems have declared a Code Red. They're still on scene. Are you able to give me any more info at the moment? Okay. Lovely. That's fine. That's really helpful. Thank you very much. Excuse me.
Hems, or helicopter emergency medics, handle only the most serious cases.
Hems are just loading this patient now. There's a guy who's been hit by a bus. He's sick. All right. can we just pre-alert theatres that we may, if they could keep a theatre free now? We've got quite a juicy one coming in a minute. Fear of making a mistake makes you not cut corners. Hello, King's College Hospital. Hello, it's Malcolm Tunnicliff, the trauma consultant here. Hi. Bankers, lawyers, so on. Yeah, of course they've got an important job to do, but I tell you what, I'd rather face the fear of losing £1 million on the stock exchange than of a patient of mine committing any harm. That's pressure. OK, can we put a trauma call out now? They're 6 minutes away, but put it out for now. He's got chest, abdo and pelvic injuries. He's been entrapped by the bus.
Is it hands?
Yeah. OK, Katie, can I have 2 units of blood run through now, please?
You splash paint all up Jane's settee. What? You had the paintbrush in your hand. And then you fell, it was all on the floor when you fell onto the paintbrush.
Really have a damage?
No, only where you tried to get up and hold on a radiator. There was blood all down the radiator because she was absolutely covered in it. All on the floor where it was pouring out your nose, out your mouth. You know who we are, don't you? Sorry?
I
didn't hear you. Do you know who we are, I said?
I know who you are.
Yeah.
I know who you are. Oh, right, done all the awkward bits.
Sorry?
So we've done all the awkward bits.
Oh, remember, you've done all the awkward bits, he said. Yeah. Are you hungry? You hungry?
Hems have requested code red blood. All we know is the patient's extremely sick. They've been run over by a bus.
Juicy one. Juicy one coming in. Big guy been run over by a bus, actually run over. Blood's being teed. I'm going in number 1, Jackie, but I'd like the surgical consultant as well, if possible.
The trauma team have 5 minutes to prepare for the arrival of a man run over by a bus.
Yeah, it's quite a sick guy coming in. Jackie, what we'll probably need as well, I would guess he's been thoracostomised. So if we get 32 French chest drains straight in, if possible as well after your initial assessment, yeah? One either side.
Hi, switchboard. I need to speak to Mr. Halal, the surgical consultant on call.
We had one guy that was riding his motorbike. I remember this is the first big, horrid trauma call that came in when I was a junior nurse. There was a guy on a motorbike, was riding it too fast, and he came off his bike and he was thrown quite far, and he hit the divider down the middle of the road. It used to be like giant corrugated iron, like a bendy piece of metal. The impact, basically he amputated his leg from just above the knee, clean off, no leathers on. And he just hosed out over the floor and arrested in the road from massive hemorrhage. And he was resuscitated for ages and ages and ages, but he'd lost so much blood that he died. And I remember having to put him in the body bag and his leg went in the bag separately. And that was my first kind of realisation of major trauma.
Helena, we've got a young man coming in who has been run over by a bus and entrapped. He's intubated and ventilated. He has chest, abdominal and pelvic injuries and is cardiovascularly unstable.
Thanks. Right, Malcolm.
Yeah?
I've left him a voicemail.
So it's Savas who's on, so Helena's just going to try and go there. If we just speak to that, Jean-Luc will be on the end of that. Just so we can have an extension for him, we can get hold of him. Yeah.
She's on the phone to me. Resource sister.
Anyway, make sure there's nothing there and straight in.
Hello. Hang on a sec. Is everyone here for the team?
Betadine on. Yes, thank you, Leanne.
Yes, thanks. Bye.
OK.
Someone else is doing that, yeah?
Yeah.
Where did Sharon go?
5.
Here we go.
Straight in here, please.
Sharon, are you scribing?
Okay,
Me too, are you scribing?
Right, we'll have to
Yeah.
do another trolley in.
Okay, blood on the left arm, okay? Peter.
Cross ready.
Okay, far away.
Guys, everyone listen. This guy is approximately 30 years of age. He was hit by a bus going approximately 15 miles an hour. It bullseyed the windscreen and then was trapped, folded in half, under the front of the bus. GCS 13 at sea, losing 1 for eyes, 1 for voice, moving all 4 limbs. Injuries, he's got head injuries with a right periorbital hematoma. He's got a right side flail chest with surgical emphysema. Definite pelvis, degloving of the left anterior shin and foot, and an abrasion to the right shin. He's had a rapid sequence induction with a pank time of 14:45, had 2 of morphine, 2 of midazolam. He has had 50 of ketamine. Immediate needs, blood, more IV access, and possible surgical control of bleeding.
Lovely, thank you very much. Okay, Peter, happy with the tube?
No, not yet. No, CO2.
Okay, Jackie, talk to me.
Right, heart rate is 154.
Thank you.
Jesus Christ.
Peter, happy? Okay.
I'll just take that on and then I'll relieve you.
Everything Malcolm does in the next 15 minutes will be solely to keep the patient alive, so he can be scanned and have his injuries assessed.
Outside that door, there's some folding screens. Can you just put
minimum
one more across them doors so
Okay,
you can't see
we'll
straight in?
put tubes in both sides. Yeah.
On the right.
Gareth, just put your finger in there, just see if he's up that
I'm
side
not
as
getting
well.
blood pressure here,
We've got a
guys.
drain coming.
Some things are irreparable. Some, some people come in and through the door and, we try.
I could do that.
Miller, we just fast scan, just see if you can compartmentalise where the bleeding is. If there's nothing in his belly, we'll go to angio. If not, we'll go to theatre if there's a lot of blood in his belly.
I think it makes you see how fragile life is, definitely. 1 minute you're walking down the street or you're going around Sainsbury's with your trolley, next minute you're in the back of an ambulance. It can happen just like that.
Squeeze that. And can I have another 32 French drain?
Thank you.
Needs a cut. Just cut. Yeah, thank you. And another underwater seal, please.
Do you want it now? Do you want me to give it?
Got that better, Lee?
Right. Malcolm, shove that in. Oh, you got his tubes in.
Got tranexamic acid. Yeah.
Can I have a pair of scissors? They've all got scissors.
Okay, left drain is swinging there. Can we just ring 5620? CT should be ready. And angio. It's got no obvious blood in his belly. So we'd like to go up head to toe with possible angio, okay? Okay, good.
You've got a three-way tap
Yeah,
on
please.
that line.
Guys, we're happy he's got a tube in. We're happy both drains are swinging. Okay, we've got access, we've got blood. Okay, what I would like to do ASAP is go up to angio, okay?
Don't squirt that in my face, please. You've done your code red business?
Yeah. Yeah, we haven't got any bloods off him yet
Is
anyway.
that monitor
Just
over
have to
for
look
me?
on code
Good
red.
here. He's dropped his blood pressure
Yeah,
now.
I know he has. Yeah, go.
What do you think he's...
Go.
You come with us?
Yeah.
For 2 units.
What's that?
Sounded like you were saying see you later there. I was just like, what?
There should be no sharps in there.
Come on, Jack.
No, we're just going to go through this way.
Well, we're going to start. We're looking at CT first.
Sorry.
Another housekeeper to brief us with the yellow mop bucket, please.
Yeah, just keep squeezing the blood. He's going to need all of it. Right, one Jack. Thank you.
Anyone bleed surgeons? No, thank you. Yeah, there was blood on the floor and that bin will need emptying, please.
Sharon, the FFP's gone up to first floor CT. They're sending another 2 units when it's defrosted.
Okay.
What's that on my back?
Turn round, darling. Oh, I don't know. You look like you've been run over.
Oh, no, I feel like it. There's nothing new there, though.
Yeah,
See what's happening there.
He's got a nasty fractured pelvis. It just gone.
Yeah.
Which is good.
What's that, 20 minutes?
Yeah, not even that, was it?
Still waiting for all your things to come up. Still waiting for all the x-rays and things to come back, what you had done.
It's been 2 hours since Tom Gibbs fell from a ladder while decorating his daughter's home.
Very busy in here. It's very busy in here. After he retired, he used to drive me crackers because he just didn't know what to do with himself during the day. We used to do the decorating between us. if I hadn't done it first. It's painting, he doesn't like painting. He's not very good with painting. And that's what he was doing when he fell down the stairs. We had to stop and start with you, bringing you here. Was it 3 times? Yeah, 3 times. We had to stop the ambulance in the road for them to come and see to you. Because you were sick. And they turned you over and you wanted to get up and they said, no, you can't. If you hadn't have been tied up like this, he'd have sat up like he did. I mean, we had to fight to keep you on the floor in chains. You wanted to keep getting up. So I held you down. Got my own back on you.
You should let me get up.
No.
I'm not very good with heights. So we arranged for him to come over that day and to help me to paint up the stairwell. And fortunately, he didn't have the ladder completely positioned on the stairs properly. And I went to say to him, don't move. And as he turned around to look at me, the ladder spun, wedged across the stairs and threw Dad over the top. And down he went, head first. Completely silent, not a sound came from him. And he hit the bottom and that was it. He just completely knocked out for about 3 minutes. And I thought he was dead on it. Yeah, I thought he was dead actually. He hit the floor and he just didn't move.
All right. What's up? What's hurting? Hey? Your ribs?
Yeah, I think they might be cracked, Dad.
Is that the first time you've had to think about it?
Yeah, I think it is, yeah. Dads are not supposed to fall down the stairs or have accidents or ever die. They're supposed to be there for you forever. That's the way it should be. And we know that the life cycle says, you know, obviously your parents are going to go at some time, but we're not ready for that. We don't want to think about that. We just think they're going to be there forever.
Tom, what this scan shows that where you've hit your head, you have a tiny bleed just inside the skull. He'll be staying in for the next 24 hours because you need to.
You've got to stay in. Yeah, you've got to stay in for the next 24 hours, just to make sure that you're okay.
We like fussing.
They like people to practice on. Look, you mucked up all their things you have, bleeding all over them.
Take that for your sleep.
Hello, King's ED.
Guys, absolutely brilliant effort, okay? Really, really well done, okay? We know what his source of hemorrhage is now. It's really good.
Which is? What is it?
This is pelvis, this is the bony injury.
Scans reveal the man run over by a bus has suffered massive internal bleeding.
Okay, so that's fine. Yeah. That's absolutely fine.
In the short time he's been at King's, he's had his entire blood volume replaced.
Oh, that's his flower segment. Oh!
When someone does die on your watch, how do you deal with that?
Do you know, it varies. When a patient has been in hospital for a while, you can prepare the family that the worst is going to happen. But the vast majority of people we see who die, it's completely unexpected. But one thing I think you have to be in every case, you have to be brutally honest when speaking to relatives once you know who they are.
Thank you. Bye.
You've got to say to them, your husband, your wife, your child, your mother is dead.
Adult adult red phone in 6 minutes.
Jackie, if I give you some money, you wouldn't give me a sandwich, would you? If you're...
Get you one over there.
Do you mind?
Next door.
Oh, that's good, dear. Just an egg one or something. Hello, darling, only me. We're having absolute fun and games with trauma. I'll fill you in a little while, bye.
We need to give him some IV abs, Mal, because he's got a really nasty compound degloving on that side.
Yeah, OK.
Should we wrap this up with something then?
In fact, can we put a thing on it not to be removed until reviewed by ortho consultant?
Right, let's strip him off and sort him out.
Hello, darling. Yeah. In a way, it's sort of good you've gone to your mum and dad's because I had fun and games with trauma and I won't be leaving for another hour. We've just had a 30-year-old guy brought in by Hems about an hour ago. Been hit by a bus in Elephant and Castle, folded double, conscious while he was folded double, extricated. Well, if I say to you his pelvis is like a jigsaw puzzle, you can imagine what it's like.
The next arrival in Resus is a cyclist.
That means we're getting to number 4.
He was found alone and unconscious in the road.
Look, I'm gonna have to go. I'll give you a bell in a little while, OK? All right, bye. OK then, guys, let's have a listen to Roger.
OK, this is a 40-year-old male, mechanism injury, fell from bike, apparently isolated head injury, combative, moving all 4 limbs with a blood sugar of 5.2.
OK, thank you. OK, can I have a listen? Helen, could you have a gentle feel of his pelvis and look at his scrotum and external meatus as well? Thank you, Noah. I haven't bloody eaten all day.
Oh, hello, my name's Ed. I'm one of the nurses at King's College Hospital Accident Emergency Department. I've had a patient brought in after a bike accident. We found this number in his mobile telephone, and I was wondering whether you could give me some details of his next of kin.
He's got no significant injury to his brain, but he's got very complex fractures to his face. He's got collapsed lungs both sides, which have been treated.
Staff are also beginning to piece together the identity of the man run over by a bus. His name is Theodore.
He's got, quite honestly, the worst pelvic fracture I've ever seen. It is in bits. So he's reasonably stable at present, but still life-threatening, and he'll be life-threatening for days.
OK, fair enough.
But we've done everything we can for him.
He's not coming up when we're talking to him.
No, he's not
No,
talking to him.
fine.
So just to keep you...
Yeah.
Does he have any relatives, do you know?
We're just in the process of finding out. He's a student at London School of Economics.
Right.
I'm doing checks at the moment with them to see if we've got his kin details and an address for him.
Where's he from? He's got an unusual...
He's Greek.
He's Greek? Okay.
Yeah, he's Greek national. He's got a Greek ID card and a Greek driver's licence with him.
OK. And how old do we reckon he is?
97% day birthday, 33.
So he's only 33. OK, that's brilliant. Superb. Thank you very much.
Theodore's family are 1,500 miles away in Greece.
My mother called me and told me the bad news. I asked her if he's going to live, and she responded me at the moment, yes, he is alive. But I didn't like that word at the moment. So I knew that it was a very serious accident. Theodore is the most important person in my life. He's not just my brother, he's my buddy and my friend. First of all, I was worried that maybe I couldn't see him alive, but I just want to avoid that thought. That's why I keep telling to myself all over that flight, 3 hours, that he's going to be okay. I didn't want to think that I will stop to have a brother. I didn't want to think that.
You're right. It's William. Does he like to be known as William or Bill? Yeah, or Will.
Will?
Yeah.
Hello.
4 hours after falling from his bike, William has yet to wake up fully.
Can you squeeze my hand for me? Squeeze it tight. Squeeze it tight. Okay. Do you know what day it is, Will?
It's last
12:30. Okay. Do you know where you are at the moment? Will? Do you know where you are at the moment? Yeah, where are you? Tell me. What place is this? All right, darling. Don't worry. He was extubated quite a while ago.
Yeah.
And they were making his GCS 13, but he's not obeying commands at all now. Won't squeeze my hand, stick out his tongue, nothing like that.
Not very good.
No.
Let's have a look, shall we?
Thank you very much.
Clemens Paul, I'm one of the consultants here. All right. Hi. I'll just have a examine him. May look a little bit cruel because I just will need to stimulate him a little bit to really, to really see what he's able to do. I mean, if you don't want to see it, maybe excuse me 5 minutes. It's just, I just, go and poke him a little bit deliberately so that I can see how far he wakes up. Is that all right? William? William? Yeah. All right. How are you? Yeah. All right? Okay. Any headache at all? No headache? No. William, I was told you don't know where you are. Do you know where you are at the moment? Where's that? What's that? What day is it today?
Tuesday.
No, not quite. Which year?
What year are we in?
2006.
All right.
I'm going to let that all kick in. Okay?
Can't even remember falling. Normally you think, oh shit, like, I've never even done that.
You can't remember because you've got concussion. That's why you can't remember.
You won't remember, say in a day or
When
two.
you hit your head and you get concussion, you don't usually remember the accident at all. That's why. No, that's why. Don't worry about it. You will do.
Stupid. But all her weekend up now, isn't you? Yeah.
No.
Do you want to stop him from climbing up any more ladders?
No, I wouldn't do that. But I'll make sure that I'm there, holding the ladder while he goes up it. Because he's the one and that's it. Did they cut your trousers?
Yeah, they cut the clothes off.
You've lost your
working trousers.
Yeah, you've cut your working trousers off you.
Yeah, Dad, add them onto your list for Christmas.
Right, my jaw was all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Side of your face.
Well, not half you didn't. Eh?
What, this side? Yeah, what you've hit is your cheek. It's like...
It's a wonder you didn't break your cheekbone, I tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long have you been married for?
60 years this year. We've got one problem now. None of us wants to die first. Leave the other one behind.
What's that 40, 81 and that?
That's measuring probably his heart rate.
Doing all right, is it?
Yeah.
I try and keep off that subject because I don't like that subject. I don't even think about it. He's going back to a normal colour in his face now. You can't go yet anyway. I want an anniversary card off the Queen for 60 years, been married to you, so you can't go yet.
When the summer comes and we get out in the garden, we'll probably still be getting up trees and cutting the branches off. And probably get a lot of... shouldn't be doing that, but... Where do you draw the line? When do you suddenly say I'm too old to do that?
Happy, Katie?
Yeah.
Peter.
Ready, steady, and down.
Beautiful. Well, I'm now going to clean his face up while we've got a little window.
3 hours after Malcolm should have finished for the day, he finally hands over his patient, Theodore.
So, this is 33-year-old Theodorus. He's a Greek national who's a student at LSE. He was crossing the road at Elephant and Castle when he was hit by a double-decker bus, not sure what speed. But at scene, he was found to be bent double under the front of the bus. His head was touching his toes. He was conscious and extricated.
Yeah, quite often you go home after work and you think of a patient. Have I done the right thing? Have I done? Sometimes I'll go home and I'll ring someone who's at work and say, look, I don't think I've done the right thing here. Can you just check something for me, or can you do this test for me? Or can you just check something out for me? And more often than not, I said, no, it's absolutely fine. Don't worry, but it's just that thought that comes into your head. Have I missed something? Have I missed something?
God.
Really good job done by everyone here. He was in CT in 10 minutes. Katie? Superb.
Oh no, but I've got that blood.
Superb. Superb.
What?
Brilliant.
What?
Well done.
We're not going to X-ray. We're doing them here. We'll change their minds.
Thank you. Clem, can you tell his educational supervisor and anaesthetics over? Good job.
Did you know today is the 25th birthday, official birthday of Haribo?
No, I'll tell my wife. She likes Haribo sweets.
We're kind of a jack of all trades, really, aren't we? We know a bit about everything. You know, it's the first bit when you come in the door, what needs doing then, and then after that, we pass it on. We pass the rest of the care on to somebody else. We never complete the care, you know. So getting them out of A&E alive is only a small part of it. That's the best bit. Obviously, that is no guarantee that they're still going to live.
You care, and you've got to show you care. And if you didn't care about what you were doing, well, what's the point in doing it? I don't think that fear ever goes. I don't think that fear goes from when your first day as a doctor to your last day as a doctor.
I remember that I asked the doctor, stupidly actually, does he going to walk again? He looked at me and said that at this moment we're fighting for his life. It's not that important if he's going to walk again or not. And then I realized that this is a very serious situation.
It's now 9 hours since William hit his head coming off his bike.
I haven't seen a concussion that good since my brother came off his bike.
Can you wake up, Will? Will, can you wake up for me?
Concussion can leave you quite confused. Your frontal lobe hitting the front of your skull, and that's where all your personality is, and your behaviours come from. Your inhibitions are all in the frontal lobes.
Hey, Will. How you doing? Where are you at the moment?
I'm on the side.
Okay. What day is it?
Not good.
It's not a good day. You squeeze my finger for me? Good, that's a bit better, isn't it? All right, mate, lie down, that's all right. Have a bit of a kip, yeah?
Yeah, but
It's all right.
It's because I didn't sleep very well, so I can sleep this well instead.
Oh, you sleep as long as you want, all right, if you didn't sleep very well.
Oh, I'm actually asleep.
Are you actually asleep? Well, you're actually in the hospital, sweetheart. Both him and his wife were such genuine, lovely people, and it was an accident that came completely out of the blue, which is shocking for everybody who's involved, you know, and I think when it's like that, I feel that I have to step up to the mark and do my best for the patient and the relatives at the time, because it's scary. Your face is a bit bashed up, yeah.
So tell me, was I let me run upstairs?
Don't worry about running upstairs, darling. And do you know what year it is, Will? Can you tell me what year we're in?
2007.
2007. Well, we're getting up there. We're getting there. People that have head injuries, they've had brain shakes. Their brain doesn't work the way it should do. Do you know what I mean? That doesn't mean that there's something horrendous going on there. It just means that they've had a good shake of their brain, and it's just, they just need to go to sleep and recover. But unfortunately, we have to keep waking them up to try and assess what their conscious level is when they are awake.
Will? Hello? What's happened to you today? Well, hello? Can you tell me where we are? Well, stay awake. You're in King's College Hospital. You're in the hospital. What do you think my job is? What do you think I do?
Well, I'll tell you, is to get things ready.
Yeah?
In the washroom.
Okay.
It's important to me how I treat people, how I behave. The fact that I can't remember is a concern. Is a weird experience, just not remembering for quite a reasonable period of time, you know, a part of your life which is a very sort of dramatic and important part of your life.
Okay, but once the swelling settles down, you should definitely go back to normal appearance. So the swelling will your face will look the same as it was before. Okay, no big changes. What you need to do is just also be careful every time you sneeze or you have to blow your nose. You probably have to sneeze by keeping your mouth open, okay, to relieve pressure on your eye. Otherwise, if you sneeze or blow your nose quite heavily, you will definitely have, you know, a big puffy eye. Okay.
He's not going to remember that.
He's not going to remember.
No, he's not processing the information correctly. Sure, you're not. What did the doctor just say?
This doctor.
That doctor.
This one here.
Yeah. What did he just say?
He just said I was staying at King's Cross.
Right. So really, come back tomorrow.
Have a little look. There's something going on there, love. And it's really sore and it's lumpy. Oh, you're going to dig that in? What? What? You said there is something in there, isn't there?
Have you not got any gardening gloves?
Ow!
Sorry.
I thought he was out.
Remember that time I asked you to do bloods at 9:30? You said don't start till 10 o'clock.
Oh, is that it?
That is it.
Is there more?
See that massive, massive, huge splinter? That, I reckon you're going to have to take a bit of time off work.
I need a thumectomy. Jeez. Well, I knew I was right, seeing my senses.
Give it a wash.
I washed it.
You knew you were right. You said you got bitten by an insect.
Well, I said
it's a splinter.
I said I was either bitten or there was
one of those. Wound care.
You stop taking the mickey.
A splinter. It was like enormous. It was like a match.
It kept me awake because every time I moved my hand and I hurt.
It's the smallest splinter I've ever seen in my life. Even my son having that in his little toe wouldn't have moaned.
Listen, but it's just that my pain. I'm quite sensitive. That's all.
How do you actually do it so it goes?
You nearly had my eye out. Don't.
Oh, I see it. Book her in again.
I think with injuries and illness, things like that, we're not very sympathetic, especially if you work in A&E.
Look, she don't care. She just walks on off.
I remember my little boy, when he was 3, I took him to school, nursery, limping for 3 days when he said his foot hurt. And I was like, you're okay. You know, eventually I took him to A&E, his foot was broken. I took him to school for 3 days.
Yeah, Jen, so this boy comes in yesterday.
Yeah.
Greek guy, student at LSE, crossing the road at Elephant Castle, hit by a bus, folded at his waist. Gareth Davis from Hems said his head was touching his toes, conscious.
The fork broke on your bike. Do you remember me telling you that?
Oh dear, so am I going to survive okay?
Yeah. You just have a little problem with your memory at the moment because you have a concussion. Because you hit your head.
God, that's bad luck, isn't it?
It is bad luck, yeah.
All patients are vulnerable to an extent.
William, I'm just going to shine a light in your eye, okay? So I'm just going to shine the light. No, okay. You look at my... Can you just look at my forehead? No, don't cover your eyes with her because I need to shine the light in there. Okay, here we go.
In terms of their care, it is in our hands, and it's in our hands to make sure that it's done efficiently and that people get what they deserve.
I could take a bit of a knock on that one.
You have, yeah.
I think when you're a nurse and a doctor that you have to realise your responsibility to a patient, and the day you lose that is the day you need to reassess your motives and what you're doing. Because it doesn't matter what walk of life somebody comes from, there is a time when we all need somebody to stand up for us.
So am I going to,
Well, we're going to keep you in.
recover okay?
Yes, you will.
Will I recover as my breakfast or...?
Recover as your breakfast. Does that make sense?
That's right.
Do you know where you are? What's this place? Didn't I tell you where you were?
I was absolutely fine, and I must have had a fall.
You did. But where did I tell you were? I told you we were at King's College Hospital.
Oh, yeah.
So where are you?
King's College Hospital.
That's right. So I'm going to ask you now in a few minutes again, and we'll see if you still remember that, okay?
I wasn't in a position to make a decision, or probably even conscious or who knows what at the time, so I'm really glad that there was someone who was really connecting to my situation and really making sure that everything was done possible for my well-being, which for me I'm really moved by, and I think that really is fantastic, and I'd like to thank that lady.
William?
Yeah.
Where are you?
Where am I?
Yeah. What's this place?
Hospital.
Right, good. Which hospital?
I'm King's College Hospital.
Very good. We're getting there.
Smashed pelvis. Smashed. I'll show you the picture. He was found by Hems folded in half. So, I mean, he's detached the right hemipelvis from his sacrum, hasn't he? It's just, I don't know how they'll put that together at all.
It's a little bit wild to owe your life to someone you don't know who he is. I don't remember nothing from that day.
How long after the accident was it when you were awake and you could understand?
Well, my accident happened on 19th of November. And I remember having, my first thoughts in the middle of December. A whole month was missing for me. I think that in doctors, I owe my life. They saved my life.
Somebody upstairs loves you, Theodore.
Yes, I meet him. I went and I come back. So yes, someone is upstairs and he's very kind with me. He was very kind with me. And it still is.
Hello. Yeah, not too bad. After yesterday, trauma. That guy, I thought he was going to die, but he's doing all right, actually.
Is he?
Yeah, I've been seeing him on surgical critical care. He's still intubated, got a pelvic X-fix on, but doing okay, actually.
Saved him.
Well, you don't often think you made a difference. I think we did. I think we all did yesterday.
You love it, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I don't deny it. Why should I deny it? It's extremely satisfying. It's extremely satisfying. But then it's my job. That's what I'm trained to do.
Bumholes.
Hello, King's ED.
I'm such a moron.
I'll try my best to sort of just bring it together and close it up.
They think that we can just put them back together brand new, that we've got spare parts in the drawer.
When they pop your out and it's hanging down, yeah? That's what they do, seriously.
He's 31 years old and a motorcyclist. He complains more pain in the right testicle than the left testicle.
It looked like a purple carrot. I can tell you that much.